Hello everyone and welcome back to our series on top sellers tips. Today, let's talk to you about our discreet marketing service. Now, usually when people go onto the property market, they're looking for the biggest fanfare for us to do the full videos and market worldwide with as much publicity as possible. However, that's not always the right thing for the seller. Today, there's two examples I'd like to talk to you about which show when our discreet marketing service is much more applicable for you as a seller. The first one was a couple, there was actually an English couple who needed to move back to the UK. They'd actually lived here in Spain for over 20 years. However, they hadn't actually got to learn the language fully. And what happened was, unfortunately, the husband had been diagnosed with quite a serious illness. This was only going to get worse over a very short space of time. So they needed to move back to the UK, partly because they had a desire to be back with family and also to be in a healthcare system where they understood the language. This was causing them quite a lot of stress and concern, as you can imagine. But having lived here for 20 years, they had a lot of friends and family and neighbours, and due to the internal stress that was happening and they were processing dealing with the illness, they didn't want to really publicise to the world what was happening and have to deal with all the questions. So we suggested that they use our discreet marketing service. Now what this is where we do all of the usual stuff, create the full video tours, the professional photography. We do contact our worldwide network of agents and all of the clients that we have registered that property might be suitable for. However, we do it discreetly. We're not shouting from the rooftops about this people's personal situation. It wasn't the right thing for them and would have been very distressing for them. The good news is many of our clients register with us to tell us what they're looking for, what their property needs are, and this enables us to talk to them on a one-to-one basis about suitable properties. Now, what happened was we chatted to one of our international clients. They came over, we sent them the video personally. They saw the video of the property. They thought it was going to be suitable for them. So they came over, looked at the property, and we agreed a suitable timescale where the sale could be handled discreetly and without alerting everybody around them. The sellers found this to be very useful because it meant they could deal with the problems they were facing and with quite a stressful move without having to worry about how they were going to tell their friends and neighbours in the short term. Allow it all to settle in and then tell them in their own time. The second example was actually a couple from the Netherlands. They were in a similar sort of position. They needed to move back to the Netherlands due to a family circumstance. I won't go into personal details, but it was an essential move to help out a family member. They had a property here that had a small casita with it, which they used to rent out with their tourist license, and that would create an income that they were able to live on here. However, the circumstances dictated that they wanted to move back to the Netherlands fairly quickly. Unfortunately, they already had bookings that were in place for the coming season. What they didn't want to do was because they had a lot of integrity, they didn't want to alert the people who'd already booked those holidays to the fact that the property was for sale and potentially create cancellations and distress for the people who may have booked a holiday and didn't really know whether that was going to happen or not. What a terrible position to be in. And so we suggested using our discreet marketing service. What this allowed us to do was to create the marketing needed to sell the property, discuss with our range of partner agents throughout the world that this was a discreet marketing service, and therefore we didn't have the big fanfare and publicity that we normally do. It enabled us to chat with all of the potential registered buyers and find the right buyers. We actually had 3 people that were interested in the property, but we did it very discreetly because it's really important for those people and for the people who had their holidays booked. We agreed with the potential buyer after explaining the situation as to an extended completion date in order to allow the bookings to complete through, not to ruin anybody's holiday, but also to allow the seller to know that there was a confirmed sale so that they could deal with the family issues they had back in the Netherlands. So sometimes When you have integrity as a seller and certainly as an agent, it's really important to find out what is exactly right for you as a seller. If you feel that discreet marketing would be better for you than the full-blown fanfare, then get in touch. We'll be happy to have a chat through with you. It's not always suitable. Sometimes the fanfare is better. But in circumstances like these, having an agent that really understands discreet marketing might be the right thing for you is really important. So don't forget, we're here to help you in the best way possible. So thank you for watching. I'll be back with some more sellers tips soon. Goodbye for now.